I'm live. I'm live.
What's live?
I'm live on Twitter.
Don't put me on it.
So, hey guys, just a quick review on last night's fights. I didn't get to watch the whole bill, but I did get to watch the good fights. Just want to say, Dave Allen, one of the nicest guys in boxing. Take any fights, anywhere, anytime, any place. He really did do well last night, knocking out Nick Webb, a big fella who's been in training camp, and Dave took the fight in a few days' notice. I actually said that Dave would do that. I'm not trying to boast, but I thought Dave would do the Homer Simpson effect on him. And let him get tired hitting him and then wallop him like he did. So thank you, Dave, for getting my prediction right. Then we saw Joshua Whyte smash his guy in. Didn't really learn too much about Joshua other than he's strong and we already know that. I think they need to step his opponents up and try and get him some rounds. But he looks a promising, great prospect. Who else was on last night? Katie Taylor, done absolutely fantastic in stopping her girl in a few rounds. She looked amazing. She was throwing lots of combinations and moving and boxing excellent. Her opponent was quite tough and she was taking a lot of punches. And it was great stuff that Katie got out there in a few rounds. Lovely jubbly. Who else?
Then it went on to Chisora.
Oh, and then it went on to Derek Del Boy Chisora versus Carlos, the Frenchman, Takam. A lot of people said and bet and wrote off Chisora. They all thought that Takam would be too much because Takam put up a good performance against Joshua and Joshua really couldn't do much against him. He was hanging on for dear life in round 11 AJ. The referee had to stop him and help him out. What can you do? And everyone said, no, it's too much. He's too fresh. He's too work rate for Chisora. And I said, no, Del Boy will do him. Because, no disrespect to Takam, but the only meaningful fight he's ever won is against Tony Thompson, who was a guy very old. He put some great fights against world champions and high-level opponents who he loses to, like Povetkin, Joshua, whoever. He puts up a good account of himself, but doesn't win fights meaningful for his own self, where we know Chisora can win meaningful fights. We know he's won British, Commonwealth, European, and beat some unbeaten prospects, i.e. the 37-0 American, forgot his name, it'll come to me in a minute. Who he knocked out, and he had some really meaningful fights beating people who were there to win rather than just being an opponent. Don't get me wrong, he's been in fights where he couldn't win, like against Klitschko, against me. He was in the fight with David A, it was a 50-50. He's been in Malik Scott, that's his name. And you can never write someone like Chisora off, because if you stand in front of Chisora and have a trade with him, he'll beat you up like he did to Dylan Whyte and like he did to Carlos Takam. Really, Chisora should be the #1 ranked challenger in the world, because he beat Dylan Whyte. He beat Carlos Takam. And I hope he gets a world title fight, either Joshua Wilder or Manuel Charles. I'd like to see Derek Chisora with a world title. And I would be first to back him in a world title fight. Come on. I'll back the campaign. Let's get a campaign going where we get Derek Chisora a world heavyweight championship round his waist. That would be epic. The guy deserves it. He's a warrior. He'll fight anybody. He's been on the road. He's fought the best in the world. Always put a good account up against himself. And he's done very well. He's done very well. And he's still going, even when people write him off, even when he gets the wrong ends of decisions, even when he has to go on the road. Excellent work. Moving on to Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker. It was an entertaining fight, but Derek Chisora and Takam did steal the night, unfortunately, for the main event. Whyte and Parker slugged it out. Parker was using his boxing, as we saw, trying to land hard punches. Didn't really use his jab or his feet that much to effect, but still, when you're in there, it's a different thing. I think Dylan Whyte's a sausage, to be honest. I think he's a heavy bag with legs. He's no ability, really, in boxing terms. He's got a slow jab, he's got slow feet, and he's heavy and fat, which don't really mean that much, being heavy and fat, but doesn't have any boxing ability, really. He's just tough and strong, and he tries to do his best that he can. And he out old man Parker, pushing him down, leaning on him, hitting him on the brakes. Parker's a bit too nice. He needs to get a bit more venom in him and spite. But he did well, you know. He dropped Parker with a left hook, lovely left hook, and Parker did well to survive and get up. Parker come back well in the last round, left it too late in my opinion. If he'd done that round 11, the outcome may have been different, but you know, everything happens for a reason. It was a very entertaining night of boxing, to be fair. But yeah, the heavyweights from today, they're just slugfesters, aren't they? They've got no boxing ability, and I don't mean any disrespect, because it was entertaining fight nights last night, and it was a great night of boxing, but they haven't got a boxing brain cell between them all. They're all looking for one punch and to do damage. They've got no feints, they've got no head movement. Parker didn't throw any feints against Dylan Whyte, really. Dylan Whyte doesn't know what a feint is, I don't think. Chisora and them, they didn't throw any feints. There's no boxing ability there. There was 4 war horses, and they had 4 good war fights, but one decent boxer would box them up all over the place, and that's just my opinion. Because obviously I'm not a decent boxer who can box and move, slip and slide and counter and have good feet. But it was entertaining to say the least. All of it was an entertaining night, and I was happy that I paid my 24 quid for the pay-per-view. And I thought it was value for money, and I thought I definitely got my money's worth. Just the Chisora fight alone was worth double that 50 quid at least. And I do hope he gets a world title fight, maybe against Manuel Char. I think that would be a really even fight, and it would be a great fight because they're both great guys, and they're both good lads, nice men. But onwards and upwards for all of them. Chisora's back with a bang. He just beat him, so he should be back. Shouldn't be knocking on the door for world title shots. Dylan Whyte, hopefully he gets his world title fight, you know, because he has beat Elenius, he has beat Parker, he has beat who's the other guy he beat? Oh, the Australian Lucas Brown. And he has been number 1 for a while, so it is a sin for that he doesn't get a world title fight, really. He needs to get his world title shot and do his best. I hope it's not against Deontay Wilder, because Wilder will put his fist right through him and do damage to him because he can't avoid a punch. But we'll see. Hopefully there's some exciting fights in the future lined up. And I hope that everybody's enjoyed my fight night analysis. But before we go, we're just going to say big shout out Dave Allen. True British warrior, fighting man. Big shout out Charlie Bronson. Big shout out Derek Chisora. And big shout out all the fans who took time to listen today, all the 2,000 fans. Thank you guys. All the best. Looking forward to my fight 18.